Hello everyone, Mrs. Sobbs here to read you chapter 8. Now, if you choose to listen to the story or read it yourself, I'd like you to ask yourself this question or think about this question. What type of resources do you think Cleo will need to start her business? Let's get started to find out. The title of this chapter is Brainstorming. Before parting ways in front of Cleo's house, Cleo charged Kaylee with the task of thinking up quick and painless ways to pull teeth. It won't be painless. It's never painless, Kaylee reminded her. Right, quick then. The quicker, the better. And creative. Kids might want to try it just for the experience if we make it crazy enough. Crazy is your department, but I'll try. See you tomorrow. Kaylee hitched her backpack onto her shoulders and walked towards her house. Inside, Cleo headed straight for her room. She had to go through the kitchen. Mom was running the mixer again, stirring up some more batter. Tuesday's creation, the quinoa cupcakes, had tasted disgusting. Cleo had told her it'd be false advertising to call them cupcakes, which were by definition delicious. Hello to you too, Mom called, but Cleo was already halfway up the stairs. Barkley barked from below. Poor dog, he'd gotten so fat he didn't even want to try climbing. She came back down and kissed the top of his head. Sorry, Barks, I need to focus right now. Everything okay? Mom asked. Fantastic, actually. Mr. Boring isn't making us do that dumb family tree project. Mom looked surprised. Really? Wow, okay. I guess you're glad, huh? Yes, I'm glad. How was I supposed to do a family tree? Mom's eyelids fluttered. Her voice stutter-stepped before continuing. Well, we talked about that, remember? We decided you would put me, your dad, and Nana, and Pops, and Gran, and Grandpa Edison, and your brothers. I know, but Mom, listen, instead of the family tree, we get to do passion projects. Just like fortune, passion is purpose. I can't wait. I'm going to focus on starting a business. And I already have my next idea, which is Mom tasted her batter. Not bad. Can I tell you later? Please, I need to brainstorm and write a paragraph describing my project. It's our homework. That was the magic word with Mom. Don't let me stop you. Cleo clambered back upstairs and closed the door behind her. Time to get to work. She faced her brainstorming easel. Mr. Boring had taught them a creative thinking technique called webbing, and this was the perfect opportunity to use it. She wrote the words loose teeth in red pen on the whiteboard and circled them. Whatever the word or words in the circle made you think, you wrote it down. Then you circled the new word and connected it with a line to the word that made you think it. Doing this helped dislodge ideas that were stuck in your brain. Free associating, Mr. Boring had called it. She wrote pull in a bubble and connected it to loose teeth. That made her think of taffy, which she'd seen being pulled and stretched on a machine in a candy store once. Maybe she could sell kids' taffy and they would bite into it, and voila, their teeth would come out in the taffy. It had potential, but it wasn't surefire. What tool would basically guarantee success each and every time? She wrote tool on her board and connected it to pull. Pliers? Too scary. Hammer? Too violent. She was critiquing. She wasn't supposed to be critiquing. Mr. Boring had told them to spend at least 10 minutes free associating and to save the critiquing for later. Downstairs, Josh started screaming. Julian was wailing. Mom was shouting. How was she supposed to come up with an inspired idea with all this racket? Her brainstorm was quickly becoming a brain drizzle. Teeth, teeth. How had she gotten hers out? By twisting. She realized she drew another line from loose teeth and wrote twist in a bubble. That made her think of twirl, which made her think of mom's beaters twirling around and around. Wait a minute. What if she connected a loose tooth to an electric mixer with a piece of string and turned the mixer on? That tooth would go flying out of the person's mouth. She wrote mixer and connected it to twirl. Now she was getting somewhere. Cleo! Mom's voice interrupted her moment of inspiration. Cleo! She opened the door. What? She shouted back. Come down here, please. I'm still doing my homework. Just come down here now. Cleo huffed and plodded downstairs. Josh was nowhere in sight. Jay's arms were draped over Mom's shoulders and his face was buried in her neck. Would you keep them entertained for a little bit? Please, sweetie. You're so good at it. This was the not so great thing about having lots of great ideas, or little brothers for that matter. She got called on often to keep Josh and Jay out of trouble. But I'm working. I just need to get these in the oven. Half hour at the most. Why are you doing all this baking anyway? Cleo asked. Actually, I'm trying to come up with something original to sell. Sell? Where? I could help you. At the farmer's market, and I'm sure you could. But first, I need your help with the boys. So could you? She set Julian down. He ran to the family room. Okay. Mom kissed her forehead. Thank you. I'll get Josh out of timeout. Cleo found JJ standing over the wreckage of what likely had been a Lego building. His shoestring arms were tied across his chest, his fists little knots at the ends. Josh messed up my fort. Pieces and shoulders lay scattered everywhere. Yeah, I can see that. Mom came back. Josh is going to read. You two go on. Cleo scooped up a handful of soldiers, suddenly energized. Come on, JJ, I've got an idea. They lined up plastic soldiers on the boys' bedroom windowsill and took turns shooting them down with Josh's Nerf gun missiles. Then they made parachutes by taping dental floss to Kleenexes, tied the soldiers to the missiles, and shot the soldiers from the top bunk like paratroopers, except they were more just dive bombed to the floor because the Kleenexes weren't strong enough. Or the missiles were too heavy. Cleo didn't know, and she didn't really care. Science wasn't her thing. As she launched another paratrooper, a phrase appeared on the whiteboard of her mind. Nerf gun. Of course, it was the perfect tool for tooth pulling. And she wouldn't need to convince Mom to let her borrow the mixer, which would be impossible anyway. She had found the answer. She would shoot people's teeth out. All she needed was to test her method, and the perfect guinea pig was right downstairs reading a book. I hope you enjoyed listening to chapter 8. Have fun exploring the rest of the book and the rest of the chapters. Keep on reading. Bye-bye.